celebration for NBC Sports Grill Brew. Yes! This restaurant takes the sports dining experience to an entirely new level. To help us start out our evening, let's take a look at the award-winning coverage of NBC Sports.
The NBC Sports Grill Brew, home of 2 24-hour sports networks, 9 regional sports networks, an ever-expanding digital presence, and the biggest in sports. We are the home to Sunday Night Football, America's #1 primetime show 4 years running, culminating this past February with the most watched show in U.S. television history, Super Bowl 49. NBC Sports is also the U.S. home of the only channel with exclusive coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs. For motorsports, the stars chase the Stanley Cup. And college football's most storied program. We spawned the cultural phenomenon as the U.S. home of the Premier League, with coverage of every game, every team, every week. And we are the home of more live coverage than every other network. Also, regional sports networks. Champions. There's the home of racing. We deliver the final roles. Please welcome first Michele Tafoya, sideline reporter for NBC Sunday Night Football. Please welcome Hines. Please welcome Cris Collinsworth, analyst for NBC Sunday Night Football. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of NBC Football Night in America and NBC's premier Olympics coverage, Mr. Bob Costas.
I've already found this to be an elevating experience. Michelle's wearing heels and I'm taller than her and I'm nearly as tall as Cris, so this is tremendous. Welcome to the NBC Sports Grill Brew. Just like all of NBC Sports, this new restaurant will bring us closer to the games and the players and athletes we love. So at this time, before we get further into things, we'd like to recognize some special guests, including, off to my right here somewhere, I can't know, they've lifted the lights, that's helpful, Brian Roberts, Chairman and CEO of Comcast Corporation. Steve Wood, Chief Executive Officer at NBC Universal and Senior Executive Vice President of Comcast Corporation. Ron Butt, Vice Chairman of NBC Universal. Is Ron here? There he is. Hello, Ron. Tom Williams, Chairman and CEO of Universal Parks and Resorts. You see, Brian and Steve, when the chairman of Parks and Resorts gets a big round of applause, you realize you're playing a road game here.
But a smaller check.
And we can only admire the rousing reaction from Billy Davis, president of But give it up to this next guy, because in theory he could dismiss any of us, although he probably has more cause over the years to get angry at me. Mark Lazarus, chairman of NBC Sports Grill. And Mike McCarley, president of the Golf Channel, headquartered right here in Orlando. Any number of faces familiar to most of you scattered around the room tonight. You'll have a chance, if you haven't already, to speak with them and get their thoughts on the sports they cover. But let's run through them, and I'll use a cheat sheet, not because I don't know them all, but because there are 15 or 16 of them. Don't want to leave anybody out. Paul Burmeister is here, co-host of Pro Football Talk and one of our reporters on Football Night in America. Mike Florio from Football Night and Pro Football Talk is here. And in fact, they did Pro Football Talk from a corner of the room here earlier this evening. One of the most memorable figures in the history of college football and the NFL, now one of our analysts on Notre Dame football, from Boston College, Doug Flutie. Super Bowl winner with the Patriots and no holds barred analyst on Sunday nights and for Pro Football Talk, Rodney Harrison. The NHL is big on both NBC and NBCSN, and one of our studio analysts is Keith Jones, who's here with us tonight. Here's Keith. The Premier League is also an ever-growing part of NBC Sports and NBCSN, and part of that coverage, our Rebecca Lowe. Hosting both the NHL on NBC and our Notre Dame football coverage is Liam McHugh. Liam, right there. Former player, coach, and GM in the NHL, and a guy who will mix it up on air just as he used to on the ice, Mike Bilberry. Another guy who's a very important part of our NHL coverage, terrific star in the league, and now a terrific star in front of the camera, Jeremy Roenick. Co-host of Golf Channel's Morning Drive, Charlie Weimer from right here in Orlando. A big part of our golf coverage, both on the NBC Network and on the Golf Channel, Steve Sands. She covers Notre Dame football for us as a sideline reporter, also part of Football Night in America, also part of our coverage of the NHL, Catherine Tappan. From Golf Channel's Morning Drive, Lauren Thompson is here tonight. There's Lauren in the back of the room. And also from Morning Drive, Gary Williams. Gary? All right, now, Chris, grab your microphone.
Okay, I got it.
We don't have.
You run for president here. What do you want?
We don't have seats like this in the booth. We have 50-yard line seats.
Correct.
But we don't have this array of menu choices.
No, we do not. It's nothing close to this. And we have a wonderful army of chefs that we had a chance to banter with a little bit up there. How many sports bars have we been to in our lifetimes? A billion.
I'm ready to count.
This is gourmet dining at its finest of all sports bars that we have ever seen. And at the very epicenter of this, you want to come in here and have a good time, but you want to eat. And you may want to introduce some of these stars coming down here.
Yeah, they're going to be down in just a second. Now, Hines, when you go into, now there's no place that's quite comparable to this, which is why we're so proud to have it be part of the NBC brand. But when you walk into a restaurant or a bar where they're watching a game, is it only Steeler fans who greet you warmly? Or what's the reaction?
Well, I get a couple of boos from Baltimore ultimate fan cave. You know, this is everything you want to have in a restaurant. It's not a bad seat in the house, great food, great ambiance, no better way than to have it right here at Universal Studios. So it's such an honor to be a part of NBC Sports Grill and Beer. And I'm in Brew.
There's 100 different beers. Yeah, 100 streams, 100 beers.
But I don't drink, so I'll leave that to Cris.
Now, this is not the appropriate time to reveal that you're a teetotaler. Just go with the flow. Or the spigot, or whatever it may be. We are approaching the time of the year, Michele, when you're roaming the sidelines at Lambeau Field or at Soldier Field in November, December, early January. If there were a way to do your job while seated in front of one of these monitors, wouldn't that be better?
You know, I love how you guys talk about all the food that you have up in your booth at the 50-yard line. I said, Cris and Al and Bob are sitting in their luxurious palatial spots during the game. They're eating, they've got sushi, they've got stuff.
In the pregame, I'm freezing my ass off just like you. But once I kick off, I admit I don't decide to get warm.
Ain't much to freeze there, but
You sound too familiar with this subject.
Yeah, he's got a heated seat out there. Anyway, yes, I would love to do this here. I mean, I could just have a number of monitors, every angle, and just sit down, have one of those burgers right there, and I'd be set.
Well, NBC Sports brings the extraordinary moments of sports to its viewers, and we hope that that same level of extraordinary service is now coming to the NBC Sports Grill and Brew. So, as Cris suggested, let's bring out that particular winning team. Here they come. Official with an opening toast. Let's take a look back at some of the greatest moments NBC Sports has been bringing to your homes. Maybe not all of your homes, because for this entire span, because it's exactly 76 years ago today that NBC broadcast the first live professional football game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Brooklyn Dodgers. There actually was a football team called the Brooklyn Dodgers, and the game was played at Evans Field in Brooklyn 76 years ago today. That was the beginning of what is now a truly rich legacy of NBC Sports.
Since the first televised sporting event in America in 1939, we've covered the greatest moments in sports. The moments that define not just days, but decades. We've watched as a nation and with the world. Displays of World Cup that make humans heroes. And heroes human. Their losses have become our losses. Their victories, our victories. For 75 years, we've been bringing the moments that matter to the place that matters most. Here's to all the moments to come.
All right, the four of us are going to join you now mix and mingle. Thank you all for being here on a special occasion. Tomorrow night is the official grand opening, but we at NBC Sports were glad to be here for this kind of unofficial opening, and thank you all for being part of it as